Hi Narelle, I am calling to inform you of the new policy and procedures relating to sustainability at the Macville Cafe in Toowoomba. This policy has been created to improve sustainable practices and reduce the company's impact on the environment. I have determined some suitable benchmarks to set for this policy. I have also developed some strategies that may be used to successfully reach the benchmarks that have been set. The benchmarks that I've determined have been rationalised to a percentage and a time frame that is reasonable and provide a chance for the organisation to begin to increase their sustainability. The benchmarks are improving effective use of electricity by 10% in 12 months, improving effective use of water by 10% in 12 months, implementing recycling processes within 6 weeks, and improving or minimising the use and disposal of resources by 10% in 12 months. I'll give you an idea of what the strategies I have developed involve. So to meet the benchmark of improving effective use of electricity by 10% in 12 months, the strategies I've developed involve pre-cooking large quantities of food in the oven and switching the oven off between uses, rather than being on 200 degrees at all times. The cafe has large windows with blinds that are always closed due to excessive brightness through the blinds, resulting in the lights having to be on all the time. A strategy for this could be to implement suitable blinds that allows you to control the amount of light that comes through. And the last strategy for this benchmark suggests that chefs use other methods of cooking small quantities of fried or grilled food, such as a fry pan. Currently, chefs are using the griddle for all fried and grilled food, regardless of the quantity. To ensure that electricity use is continuously improving, usage should be quantified and recorded. This progress should be repeated every 3 months to monitor the progress of the benchmark and whether it is reasonably achievable. The expected outcome of this benchmark is that usage will decrease by 10% over 12 months. Employees understand the importance of sustainable practices and learn to conserve energy where possible. Do you have anything to add or any questions about the first benchmark?
No, that's clear.
Okay, the next benchmark is improving effective use of water by 10% in 12 months. The strategies that can be implemented to achieve this benchmark involve implementing a dishwasher that has a higher water efficiency for the cafe and providing training to staff on how to use water efficiently and teach them suitable practices to implement into the operations of the cafe in Toowoomba. The site visit found that staff do not demonstrate efficient and suitable practices in the use of water. These unsuitable practices include using the full wash setting on the dishwasher at all times and running it when it's only half full, and using a fast-running tap to wash food such as fruit and vegetables. To ensure that water use is continuously improving, usage should be quantified and recorded. This progress should be repeated every 3 months to monitor the progress of the benchmark and whether it is reasonably achievable. The expected outcomes of this benchmark is to reduce water usage by the company by 10% in 12 months, employees to understand the importance of using water efficiently, and sufficient training provided to all employees. Do you have any questions or anything to add to this benchmark?
No.
The next benchmark is implementing new and suitable waste and recycling processes to the company within 6 weeks of the implementation. The strategies of this benchmark are utilising a suitable waste and recycling services, providing staff with training, and introduce suitable recycling processes throughout the organisation. The use of the current waste service should be terminated and a new waste service should be sourced that offers a recycling service. Training about what should be recycled and how recycling is important to the environment should be provided to employees. To ensure that appropriate waste disposal is continuously improving, usage should be quantified and recorded. This process should be repeated every 3 months to monitor the progress of the benchmark and whether it is reasonably achievable. The expected outcomes of this benchmark is that the Macville Cafe in Toowoomba employs a waste service that promotes and offers a recycling service, and staff have implemented practices to increase the amount of resources recycled. Do you have any questions or anything to add to this benchmark?
No.
The last benchmark is improving or minimising use and disposal of resources by 10% in 12 months. To achieve this benchmark, the strategies I have developed involve minimising the use of resources such as paper, envelopes and print ink, and minimising food wastage. To minimise the use of paper and ink, employees should endeavour to record their notes electronically rather than handwritten, and an assigned employee has the responsibility to review Macville documents and the distributing methods to identify areas where documents can be distributed electronically. A strategy to minimise food waste involves using all foods within the appropriate time frame to avoid wastage and storing foods correctly. To ensure the use and disposal of resources is continuously improving, usage should be quantified and recorded. This process should be repeated every 3 months to monitor the process of the benchmark and whether it is reasonably achievable. The expected outcomes of this benchmark are improving and minimising use and disposal of resources by 10% in 12 months, staff commitment to using resources responsibly and efficiently, and disposing of resources appropriately. Do you have any questions or anything to add?
No.
As the store manager, you will be responsible for conducting the monitoring process every 3 months for 1 year. You will also be responsible for record keeping and ensuring that it is filed and stored correctly. Do you have any questions about this?
No.
As part of the sustainability policies and procedures, I have developed an implementation plan outlining all the roles and responsibilities for each action to be taken and any relevant information. As the store manager, you will be responsible for some duties to take the relevant action. Your duties will involve purchasing suitable blinds for the cafe, purchasing a water-efficient dishwasher and dual-flush toilet systems for installation, and recycling waste bins for employees and implementing recycled paper to the organisation. The details and timeframes are available in the implementation plan for your reference. Do you have any questions?
No.
The other employee and stakeholder roles involve the participation of all chefs and employees to implement tasks in the practices of the organisation, as well as 2 employees with assigned responsibility and the project manager. The 2 employees are Sally Hall and Mary Jackson. Sally will be responsible to review the company documents and identify opportunities to distribute documents electronically rather than physically to minimise the use of resources. Mary's assigned task involves researching and identifying a suitable waste service that offers recycling services to utilise in the company. The project manager, Peter Smith, is responsible for providing employees with training on food and waste and recycling practices. Do you have any questions?
No.
Finally, I would like to briefly explain the record-keeping measures for this policy. The records that have been created as part of the monitoring system contain sensitive and confidential information. For this reason, they should be filed and stored appropriately and securely. These documents should be stored in 2 filing systems, electronically and paper file. This is to ensure that the document can be accessed in the event of one being destroyed or lost. The electronic file system should have password protection to restrict access, and the password should only be given to relevant stakeholders. The paper file should be kept in a locked cupboard. As the store manager, you will be responsible for ensuring document privacy and protection is maintained. Do you have any final questions or anything to add?
No, that's fine.
Thank you for your time. If you need anything, don't hesitate to contact me. Have a good day.
You too.